Hey everyone, and welcome to the Coffee and Podcast, where specialty coffee means so much more. We're on a quest to cultivate freedom for victims of human trafficking, all while drinking wicked awesome coffee. I'm your host, Philip Clayman, and I'm one of the co-founders of Three Tree Coffee in Statesboro, Georgia. And you're in a treat for today because it's a 3x3x3 episode. What that means is we have three people drinking three coffees in 3 minutes. All right. So first, I want to introduce our co-host for the episode today. It is our lead roaster at Three Tree Coffee, Mr. Cody Barnes. Cody, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. It's the weather has turned out pretty nice.
I know it's been so wet lately, so it is nice to see the sun briefly. Mm-hmm. What was your cup of coffee this morning? What were you drinking?
I was drinking a really special 72-hour anaerobic fermentation.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That sounds fancy.
Yeah.
Pinky up style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very pinky up.
Well, we're actually going to be talking about processing methods soon. Not that fancy, but still pretty awesome. Sounds delicious.
It was pretty good.
Cool. Awesome. So I've got me and Cody here today as two of our tasters. I want to introduce our guest for today, and it is Mr. Del Ferguson with Hunter Cattle Company. Del and his family. The second? Oh, you're going to be the second. I thought you were Del Ferguson the second.
I am not, but
you're just
I do have a second that
okay.
I'm in our family, and a third.
Well, look at that.
Yeah.
You're the first.
And I'm the first.
The original. Awesome. So Mr. Del Ferguson and his family run Hunter Cattle Company, a local farm here in near Statesboro in Brooklet, Georgia. Mm-hmm. So Del, I appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, I am Del. About 20 years ago, after working outside of Savannah and not liking it being very crowded, and wanting to be on the farm my whole life, I convinced my son, daughter, and wife to move out and move their families out with us. And we started raising our own cattle and pigs and chickens and gardening and everything. And so anyway, like I say, my oldest son, Anthony, is junior, and his son, Riley, is the third, and all of us live out there. Riley is going to college now, so we all moved out on the farm when he was 1 month old.
Wow.
So
wow, that's amazing. And what do you grow on the farm? What do you make? What do you produce?
Grass-fed cows,
okay.
Pasture pork and poultry, and have a bunch of chickens laying eggs and peacocks that get on your cars and poop and all kind of things going on out there.
Peacocks, and that sounds unique.
Yeah.
So I got one more question before we get to the big question on why coffee means more. But first, I just want to know, a lot of people I think look at kind of the farming life and it sounds nice. Get out there, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, you have your own space. Yeah. What's it like?
What? Well, there's always something to do. You never have to worry about if you got anything to do tomorrow, because just like a storm came through last week, and we had several trees fall over on fences, cows getting out. So there's always something to do, you know. Fortunately, some people say, and I had a friend of mine say, "What do you do, Dale? Do you milk those cows?" I said, "No, ours are beef cattle. I couldn't get paid enough to milk cows for a living." They are the true hard workers. Yes.
Shout out to you, dairy farmers.
Exactly. But you say what it's like. What it's really like for me is watching my grandsons come by in a truck that they just rebuilt an engine and is excited, you know, and other grandsons that's going into the field to feed the hay to the cows or feed to the chickens or whatever. And, you know, it's just having it as a family farm is probably the most rewarding thing that I could say ever in my life.
Yeah. Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Awesome. I appreciate you sharing about that. So something we always ask our guests on the 3x3x3 episode is, why does coffee mean more to you? Because for us, the whole reason we made this podcast is because we believe coffee means more, and it's about more than just coffee. And so why does coffee mean more to you?
Well, first off, I love the smell of coffee. Love the smell of coffee in the morning. But anyway, that's a reference to a movie. Apocalypse Now. Okay.
We have a nod in the back.
I saw it when it came out back in like 78 or something.
Okay.
So I'm that old. But anyway, but I remember back when I was actually in the 60s and 70s and being with my mama, which is my grandmother, my Uncle Buddy, and them perking coffee every morning and taking the cup and pouring a little bit in the saucer, letting it cool down so they can sip it out of the saucer.
Really?
I mean, I can see it just like it was yesterday.
Wow.
And of course, it was in my really early 20s when I developed a real love for the coffee. You know, I probably don't go 3 days a year without drinking coffee, so keeping y'all in business.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And, you know, everybody in our family drinks coffee. It's like a family affair.
Yeah.
So either I brew some for Deborah or my wife, or she brews some for me every morning. So
yeah. That's awesome. So it's like a family experience for you, right? It's not just a cup of liquid, but it means something more.
That's right.
That's awesome. I do want to give a quick shout out to Hunter Cattle Company. Y'all really do a great job. At Three Tree Coffee and all of our sausage and cheese kolaches, we use Hunter Cattle sausage, and it is so good. And we use Hunter Cattle sausage for some of our biscuit sandwiches, and you do a great job. Just appreciate what you do.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be tasting here in just a minute. So we have a theme for today's coffees. All of today's coffees are natural processed coffees.
Oh, excuse me. So my son Anthony talks about my daughter Kristen, and you know Kristen too. Says that Kristen wakes up every morning and has a cup of coffee and says, "What are all these people going to do for me today?" So anyway, I thought I'd share that. You had to see that on video one day.
Yeah. So to her, it means how can other people get to work?
That's right.
Nice.
That's right.
Cool. Well, so we got 3 coffees today, and all these coffees are natural processed coffees. Now, I'm going to explain what that means. So before we receive the coffee in burlap bags, it's actually in a cherry on a plant. And inside that cherry is 2 beans that we call, or seeds that we call beans. And before it can get to us, it has to go through one of numerous different processing methods. And one of the first processing methods, there's 2 very common forms of processing called washed or natural. Washed is where they take that cherry, pulp that cherry off, wash all the slimy mucilage, slimy stuff off that little seed, and then dry it in the sun. Whereas with natural processed coffees, like what we have today, it was actually dried in the cherry. They never took the cherry off. They let it dry right there in the cherry. You get some extra fermentation, some extra denser fruity flavors because of that. And so every coffee that we have today is a natural processed coffee. I'm going to introduce our 3 roasters today. We have 1 coffee from Sweet Bloom Coffee Roasters in Denver, Colorado. It's a Guji Ethiopia coffee, natural processed. We also have a Ugandan coffee from Panther Coffee down in Miami, Florida. Kind of fun. This is an SL28 varietal of coffee. That is probably not going to mean a ton to a lot of y'all, but that's wild. That's a varietal that you typically find in Kenya. And I don't know if I've ever heard of it coming out of Uganda, but still, very fun. So another natural processed coffee from Panther. And then lastly, we have Tandem Coffee Roasters with another Guji Ethiopian coffee. This is called Bukisa. All right, so 3 coffees from 3 different roasters, but they're all natural processed. We're about to start tasting. If you're listening to this on the podcast, we're going to fast forward through the next 3 minutes so you don't hear random slurping noises. If you're watching on video, you get to kind of watch the next 3 minutes as we evaluate each of these coffees. So, gentlemen, y'all ready?
Ready.
We ready to start timing?
We're gonna start right here.
Let's get these a little closer. And we are going to start right here with coffee A. All right, so we're going to get our spoon. And we ready for the timer? And go. So we're just going to take a little bit in our spoon, put it in the cup, give it a sip, and share what y'all think. And feel free to keep grabbing more if you'd like. It's very light.
Yeah.
A light aftertaste, almost tea-like.
Yeah.
Which in my experience is rare for natural processed coffees. They
Yeah.
usually have some denser bodied.
It's actually
flavors.
smooth.
Smooth? Yeah. There's not much acidity,
Right.
which is helping with some of the smoothness too.
I like it.
I like it too.
I normally like real bold, but I'll tell you, I could drink this too.
Nice. Okay. When you say real bold, is that like
Strong.
Strong.
I
Stick
need
your
it-
spoon up in it.
Yeah,
That sort of
I like it when it walks to me. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. I think we have time for maybe one more sip on this one. Well, I lied. We are moving on from coffee A to coffee B. Coffee B. Let's get some thoughts here. So I really like this one. A lot of coffee comes down to preferences of what people enjoy. So different people will enjoy different things. This is definitely hitting my preferred palate.
Okay.
So
Neither one of them tastes like a cat ate it and you washed it after the poop come out.
well, that's good. I kind of like the coconut coffee.
I would like to try that one day.
We'll have to do an episode on that. The
Okay.
whole cat poop coffee thing.
Yeah.
Because I've had it before and it was memorable.
Pretty good.
I'll just say memorable for now. You'll have to watch that episode to learn more, I guess. So this one's got some fun florals to it. It's also light, but it's kind of velvety, really fun, some good sweetness. And we're out of time on that coffee. We're moving on to the last coffee.
Ooh. Okay. That one's a little closer to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little more of what you're looking
A
for.
little bit more, a little stronger flavor, but none of them are too acidic. From
Yeah. None of them have almost any harsh bitterness. None of them are very dense, which is really surprising to me, considering they're all naturals.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really unique to me.
The A had a little bit of density towards the back end, but not a lot.
Yep. And I think coffee C has the most aftertaste. It's the most flavorful aftertaste. It's really got some fun things.
See, you just explained why I like it.
Yep, that's right. I'm gonna give it one more try.
And I'm not saying I don't like the others.
Oh,
Oh, that's it.
we're out of time.
That's it.
That was 3 minutes. That was it.
Dang it.
Can I drink this lap? I guess I can't. I gotta leave it in the cup. All right, so that was it. It's fast. It moves quick. 3 coffees in 3 minutes. And now we got to pick a winner. So what we're going to do is we're going to count down from 3. And when I say point, I want you to point to your favorite coffee.
Oh,
Which
man,
one
I've
you
already
enjoyed
kind
the
of give
most.
it away. But
All right. Yeah. All right, here we go. So 3, 2, 1, point. All right. So Dell liked coffee C, and they were all good. This was a nice arrangement of coffees. Cody and I chose B, so B is the winner for today. Let's see who the winner is. Sweet Bloom Coffee, right here with the Guji Ethiopia, Israel Degefa.
oh,
Man, some nice stuff. There were just some really good florals there. They all had florality. They all had sweetness. Not a ton of acidity. Maybe that one had some of the strongest acidity. So, anyways, super good and super fun. Dell, appreciate you.
I'd like to know, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, let's find out. Let's find out. I'm sorry, we should reveal the rest of them. This is the tandem coffee roasters that Dell chose, the other Guji Ethiopia.
Okay.
And then we got the Uganda down here from Panther Coffee. All right. So anyways, Sweet Bloom, way to go. Delicious coffee. Dell, really appreciate you joining us today. And appreciate what you do on the farm. So thank you so much. And
Enjoyed it.
Cody, appreciate you as always. Thanks for tuning into this 3x3x3. And we'll see you next time.